to my channel. I hope you all are doing great. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for your subscription. Thank you for your likes and comments. Please, if you are new to this channel and you're here to subscribe, kindly touch on the subscribe button to subscribe, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to be notified whenever I upload new video. In today's tutorial, we are going to be making an off-shoulder gown with wrap, and I'm going to make use of this Ankara fabric. As you can see, this fabric is 6 years. I've not cut anything out of it. And for the sleeve, I will make use of satin, this red color satin. First, I'm going to cut the down panel of this gown. It will be a straight gown, and I'll be folding my fabric into 4 and also include zip allowance. Okay, as you can see, my fabric is folded into 4. This is zip allowance. This here is zip allowance. I'm using 2 inches for zip allowance. And this is where I'll start my measurement. The gown length I'm working with is 54 inches. So I minus half length from this 54 inches. The half length is 16 inches, giving us 38 inches. So I will measure out 38 inches here. Here is 38 inches. I will add folding allowance 2 inches. So I'll mark this out with my ruler. I'll take waist to hip line measurement 9 inches. From waist to under hip measurement is 12 inches. I'll still mark this out. I'll take waist measurement divide by 4, hip measurement divide by 4, and under hip measurement divide by 4. Waist measurement is 35 inches divided by 4 will give us 8.7. Here is 8.7. I'll add 1 inch for that and 2 inches for same allowance. Hip measurement is 42 inches divided by 4 will give us 10.5. I'll also add 2 inches for seam allowance. Under hip measurement is 40 inches divided by 4 will give us 10 inches. Seam allowance, I'll connect from waist to hip to under hip. From this under hip, mark a straight line to hemline. At this hemline, I will move in by 2 inches. Mark from under hip measurements to these 2 inches. This is it. Don't forget to notch folding allowance. And cut out the upper part. The upper part will be up shoulder. So I will start my measurement from this line that I marked here. For the up shoulder, I'm minusing 4 inches. I don't want the up shoulder to be too down to get my half length. Shoulder to bust measurement is 12 inches. Shoulder to upper bust is 10 inches. Shoulder to under bust is 15 inches. Half length is 16. I'll add 1 inch for seam allowance, making it 17 inches. So I will mark this line out. The bust to bust measurement I'm working with is 8 inches. Divided by 2 will give us 4 inches. I will add seam allowance, quarter an inch, making it 4.2. Measure this to my half length. At this shoulder side, I will measure out 5 inches. Shoulder to under bust, I will still measure 1 inch on both sides. At shoulder to bust measurement, I'll measure 1 inch up, 1 inch down. At shoulder side, here I will measure 1 inch on both sides too. I'll mark from shoulder to where I measure 1 inch up here. Still connect from this side here. So I've marked this out. Now from this 1 inch that I measured down here, I'll carefully curve it. Here will be straight. This is it. I'll take shoulder measurement, divide by 2, 16 inches, divide by 2 will give us 8 inches. I'll add back these 2 inches. I'll take bust measurement, divide by 4 will give us 10.5. This is 1 inch. I'll add it back and then add seam allowance 2 inches. Waist measurement is 35 inches. Divided by 4 will give us 8.7. I'll add back these 2 inches. Then seam allowance 2 inches. connect from first to waist measurement. Now I'm going to slide from this shoulder. Here is armhole. I'll go ahead and cut this down. Cut this. So this is it for the upper parts, the front side. For the back side, I will still measure out zip allowance 2 inches. Mark it out. This is to get half length. Shoulder to bust measurement. Shoulder to upper bust. Bust measurement is 42 divided by 4 times 0.5. 2 inches for seam allowance. Waist is 8.7. One inch for that, 2 inches for seam allowance. So I'll place this armhole. Back neckline, I'll use 2 inches from here. This is it for the back. I'll cut it out. So this is for the front and the back upper parts. For the wrap, I'm going to make use of this Ankara length, that's 45 inches. For the width, I will make use of 30 inches. This is both, this is together with folding allowance, so I will cut this out. So this is what I will use for the wrap. I will fold the two sides before attaching it and cut out the lining that I will use for this. And also gum it with wording. Line them before cutting out the sleeve. Okay, this is it. I finished lining. Then here's the front. Here's the two back. And this is the upper part. This is the back side of the upper part. And this is the front side. This is the lining. Now I will cut out a neckline. Fold into two. For the neckline, I will use 2.5 inches. This for the front neckline. I'll give it a sweetheart curve. So I'll cut this out. This is it for the neckline. I will also repeat the same thing on the lining, then turn it up with lining, close the two sides. The right side facing towards each other. This is the zip side of the upper part, and this is the zip side of the down part. Place the two dots on top of. So I'll close the two back sides up and also insert zip. This is the front. And for the wrap, this is how I'm going to attach the wrap. Starting from under bust. So I will start pleating from under bust. So I will start pleating from under bust. So pleat, stitch, pleat, stitch it, and stitch till I finish it off. So I'll quickly go and do that now. This is the front part. I'll finish attaching the wrap. This is the back side. Okay, now close the two sides up using body measurement. Divide by 2. I'm dividing bust measurement by 2, waist measurement by 2, and the hip measurement by 2. Now at this hemline, I will move in by 2 inches on both sides. 2 inches from here and 2 inches from here. Depending on how pencil you want your pencil gown to be. You can use 1.5 or 1 inch, depending on what you want. So I'll go ahead and close the two sides up. For the sleeve, I will make use of this satin. This is 1 yard of satin, and I gum the back side, the wrong side. I gum the wrong side with paper gum. I will determine the midpoint of this. This is 30 inches. The midpoint is 15. And this is 36 inches. The midpoint is 18. So I will draw a straight line. I will draw a straight line. So after marking out the midpoint from one side here, I'll measure out 3 inches. This 3 inches is together with seam allowance. I'll divide these 3 inches by 2. Measure half an inch here. So curve it. So from here I will measure 3 inches round. I'm cutting it from here. 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches. So when I get to this place, I will continue from here. 3 inches. So see the way I'm going. So I will still continue. 3 inches. So I will continue like that till I finish it up. Is it? Now I'll cut it out. I will follow the line and cut out. I'll just cut this round. Follow this line, cut it round. This is it. So I will turn this right side facing towards the right side. Stitch it. After that, I will stitch this side. After that, I will open it up like this and iron it. This is for one sleeve. I'll finish turning this. I also iron it. This is what I will use. For this, you just cut the size of circle you want. After cutting it out, cut it and also cut the same material for the lining. Use it to turn it from here. That will determine the midpoint of this. So here is the midpoint. So from this midpoint, I will measure what I will use. I'm using ½ inch. This is it. I finished marking it around. Starting from here, where the line stop. I'll start gathering this up. You can do kissing plates or gather or plait it, any one you want. Okay, this is the sleeve. I finish it up. Just to cut out about 2 inches. First of all, fix it before attaching this on top of it. You can use your hand needle to attach this. This is the wrap.